letting it play out. Just a little, because, it's been forever. Not only since we've won, but since we've even just watched the game. Like, there was a moment there that I completely forgot about reality itself. Like, I forgot that, that we were like beings existing on a giant rock streaming through a big pile of darkness. I forgot. Jimmy, I'm sorry, but we're cutting it because, es un poquito tarde para esto. So thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Good job tonight. Good job. Heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura. Heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura, heat cultura. Heat cultura, heat cultura, hate cultura. Heat cultura. However you say it, that's how you say it now and forever. I don't make the rules, I just make the rules. I am Studio Mogura, Studio Mogura. Hit me up at the PayPal, hit me up at the Cashapp. Buy my book, Full Moon Nights, available on Amazon, a chronicle of the Miami rave scene in the early 2000s, basically my adventures as a raver growing up. Buy my second novel, Helen Heals, the story of a man trying to save another man and his family from a group of terrifying, horrible, bloodthirsty, and ravenous, sadistic women on bikes with huge tits and Helen Heals and shotguns and drag queens and oh my god, it's just Mature audiences only get that on Amazon. Check out my comic shop, Octo Taco, with all my comics available for you to check out and all my little side blogs and stuff. Check out my t-shirt place, whatever. What is it called again? Oh, yeah. TeePublic, with all my t-shirt designs, including the official Heat Cultura t-shirt. And then check out my, is that Spotify? No, it's YouTube. I always forget if it's YouTube or Spotify. It's a YouTube playlist of all my tracks on my discography dating back to from 1999 to my latest release, The Reflection Binds You from Seeing the Truth, that came out back in 23 or 24, I don't remember. But yeah, check that out and support that. That's the easiest way to support me, is just listen to my music. And this on Spotify and Apple Music, wherever. It's everywhere. Just listen to it. Support through Bandcamp. Buy my music through Bandcamp as well. And that's it. I still haven't nailed down the Helen Heals thing. I haven't it's just I haven't done it enough, honestly. The Full Moon Nights, I'm just totally down with that. But the Helen Heals, I still haven't, because I haven't pitched it enough. So, but I'm pitching it now to you, so that's gonna help me get better. But that's basically what the story's about. It's all that crazy shit. So if you like that, get it. Please support independent novelists and independent publishers. Thank you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. This is whatever, dude. I apologize because I'm very low energy today. And I know I haven't done this in a long time, and I should be getting back on track. And I said I would be doing it every episode, no matter win or lose. And you know what? I lied to you. I lied. I totally lied. I'm sorry. You know why? Because I don't care. What are you gonna do? Nothing. You're not gonna do anything. And I think that's what's got me is that's like this attitude that everybody has now. It's like, you're not gonna do anything, so I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. You're not gonna do anything. We're not gonna do anything about this country, so whatever. Let them do whatever the fuck they want. We're not gonna do anything about the world, so let them do whatever the fuck they want. We're not gonna do anything about this team, so let them do whatever the fuck they want. I mean, that's it. That's it. You're not gonna do anything about like the movie series that you hate or the TV series that you hate, so let them do whatever the fuck they want. What are you gonna do? Stop them? Why? Someone else gonna come take their place. I don't know what to tell you. But that's kind of like infiltrated now the mindset of everybody and everything. So it's kind of got me a little bit dragging, especially because, on one hand, I've got like the Miami Heat, who I know is a good team. I know is like a player. But I just, I know deep down inside I don't believe in them, and I know nobody believes in them. And we shouldn't be this way. We should believe in this team. We should have faith in this team. This team should just look a lot better than what it looks right now. Sure, we won against the Mavericks, and I think back in our little, do we win or do we lose thing that we did, I'm pretty sure I called this as a loss. So I don't know, whatever. But I still just don't. I don't buy it. You gotta go into overtime with the Mavericks, even though like straight up we didn't get the call. Like we should have gone. It should have been and one at the end, and we win the game, and that's it. We should never have gone into overtime. But regardless, it shouldn't have gone down to this. It should have been like we should have won this game by like 5 points, no problem. Shooting free throws at the end. We should have just won this game. I mean, I didn't honestly realize that this guy was not even playing. I forget his name. Like that's how it is. I don't even remember his name. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like we were playing the Mavericks, and I completely forgot he was on the Mavericks. Like I thought he was like on another team or something. Like it was really weird. Like I thought it was like I know he's on the Dallas Mavericks. I mean I know that, but I just Luka Doncic, whatever. Like I don't know. I forgot he was on the team. I forgot he was on the Mavericks. I was like, this is the Mavericks' normal game. And then they started talking about he wasn't playing. I was like, oh wow, that's right. That they're missing their best player. So we got to go into overtime with this team that's missing their best player. When we're at full strength. When we're at full strength. We're at full strength. See how like these things are just kind of like there's two sides to this coin. It's never gonna be like, okay, yeah, this is a great win. No. This is another empty win by this team. I'm not going to be fucking satisfied. You're not gonna hear any bit of happiness coming from these wins ever again. Maybe 2 years ago you would have. Last year, sure. Every win I would have been like, oh my god, yeah. Giving you the song and dance. But I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I don't think you should do that either because it's just not healthy, dude. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. I like this better. I like calling this team out every single fucking time for their empty wins until they come through with some big ass fucking win. Because I don't think they didn't beat anybody. They just beat some average team. Got us to 7-7. Good job. We're 7-7 now. I don't think Cleveland has lost a game yet, which is insane. Like we gotta start beating people. And you know what? Even if we beat Cleveland, and they're like 17-0 or whatever the hell they're gonna be, whenever we play them, I think it'll be 50-0. And we go and we beat Cleveland. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to trust the even after that because I'm just going to be that's Cleveland. Like, I understand they're 14-0 or whatever. They're undefeated or they lost one game. I get it. They're a good team. Still Cleveland, Michael Jordan could be on that team, and I'm always going to be like, but it's Cleveland, dude. In his prime. I'm just tired of giving these I just feel so. I hate to use the word corporate, but this is what it feels like now. We just bounce around from sport to sport, and it's not. I don't know. It doesn't feel fun anymore. It doesn't feel fun anymore because it's just. I'm somebody who. I believe like the political spectrum touches everything. Like I understand that. I understand how the person who says that politics, keeps politics out of sports, keeps politics out of this, that person's a moron. Because politics affects everything. I mean, if it did it, like, come on. Congress has a say in how the sports go. Every sport has lobbyists. Because if they didn't, the sport would just be like, basically, they wouldn't pay anybody. They would just force all these people to just play for free and get hurt for free and not do anything. And you can't have that. So that's why there's a players' union. You wouldn't be able to have a players' union if you couldn't vote on it, if you couldn't organize on it. If this was like back in the day, they would just bring out, like, the rich people would just hire some militia organization to come and beat the crap out of all the players. Tell them to shut the hell up, just play, or else we're gonna kill you. I mean, that's how you do it in a place where there's no rule of law and there's no, like, politics. There's no politics doesn't have a place in the sports. Everybody gets to do whatever the hell they want, and it's just like, people who say that, like, they're not thinking about how extreme the human being is. And those are people who just live in this fantasy world that they think, oh, everyone's gonna be just nice and stuff, but they themselves are not nice to people. They themselves are like, they would do the worst. So ever since we kind of flipped, this country flipped to, like, to insanity, nothing seems satisfying anymore. Like, even the pumpkin pie that I bought, that was very yummy, and I'm like, I want to have another slice. Like, it's just like eating something empty. It just, everything just feels kind of empty now. Because it's just like, is this really something I should enjoy, or is this something that's being used to kind of control me? At this point, I don't. NFL to me has become, I don't know. I love NFL and I love that sport, but the whole thing is toxic. The whole thing is like, it's crazy. I was thinking about it today, how, like, it's absolutely insane how there was, like, a pandemic where millions of people were dying, and we had to have the sport. We had to have, like, sports go on. Like, we had to have it. We had to have sports. And, like, look, I still to this day believe that the bubble was one of the greatest things we've ever seen and experienced. Like, it, bless the heart of Disney and all the people that kind of put that together. And that's why, because it was great to watch. It was so much fun. And that's why I totally understand why they're trying to do this tournament shit. But it's just like, you don't make the tournament feel any different from a regular game. You just paint the stupid court and expect everybody to be like, we're into this. And no, it's bullshit. Like, the tournament should feel like the bubble, where everybody goes to a specific place and nobody gets to leave. And then fans either buy tickets to see it at the specific thing, or they get to see it, via streaming, like with their faces, how we did it before. That was like, I can't understand why that has not been brought back. Like, I don't understand how nobody is doing that. Like, where is the huge LED board that has all the people watching via streaming? Where people watching via streaming, they should be able to, pay so that they can have their faces show up there and pay for their seats there. So it's like you have a virtual seat. And you can watch either, like, with, VR, or you can where you're just watching the game regularly with the webcam. But it's just, they don't want to do that. They just want to paint the court and make us do all this. Just make us give us, give them our money. They don't really want to put much effort beyond just, let's just, put the players there and the game will happen by itself and everyone will just love it. It's like, nah, man, you got to make us, like, want this shit a little bit more. Like, I don't want to see the fucking technology for the cord and all the graphics and shit. I don't want to see that shit in the championship game. I want to see that shit in the in-season tournament games. I want the in-season tournaments to look absolutely different. To be the in-season tournaments should be played on LED like courts, where like it should be doing anything and everything that you can possibly imagine to elevate the sport, to make it like the most futuristic fucking kind of form of basketball. That's what they should be doing in the in-season tournament. They're not doing that shit. They're like, they don't give a fuck. All they give a fuck about is just, making some shit happen in Vegas so we can get all the fucking people there in Vegas and get them to spend, a couple $1 billion in fucking gambling. That's all they give a fuck about. Yeah, give a shitty fucking trophy to the fucking Lakers again, and who gives a fuck? Everybody will be happy. That's what it is. It's just trash. And nobody cares about the players. Don't fucking care about that shit. They just want the fucking NBA finals. That's the one thing that matters. Like, the in-season tournament won't really fucking matter unless it keeps on going for 20 fucking years. And you do something, like, different about it. Like, there's something actually, like, worthwhile in winning. Like, you either give everybody fucking $50 million, which is absolutely stupid. Like, why are you going to give these guys that already make fucking millions and millions, you're going to give them more money? While the fucking rest of the world is on fire? The fuck out of here. See, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's difficult to watch these games right now and to love these games and loves the sport and not be all like, well, this is just a distraction. This is just something to kind of keep my mind off of the thought that, like, everything kind of sucks right now. Not just politically, but just the world in general. But again, the world in general, it means it's politically. Because all the prices of food is up, the prices of this are up, too much traffic, too much this, too much that, everything. All that comes from some fucking politician not doing their job. Or from some fucking group or some city or some half some populace, like voting for the wrong person. I should be enjoying these last 2 months of just peace and tranquility, because I imagine next year everything's gonna be on fire. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be so dumb to try and watch the fucking Super Bowl in February next year. It's just gonna be like, can you imagine that? Like, they've started deporting fucking 18 million, 20 million fucking people, and we're gonna watch the Super Bowl together with everybody. Well, let's watch the Super Bowl together, yeah. Even though there's internment camps. It's hard, man. It's hard to, like, if you're somebody with any kind of, like, intelligence and empathy, it's right now you should be like, it's really tough to kind of just get into things. That's why I really haven't felt like talking. I mean, I don't really want to podcast, because it's like, I'm just going to be regurgitating all my feelings inside, and a lot of it is just pent up, like, frustration with everything. And it's just, I don't want to repeat that shit. I'd rather just spend the time working on my shit, working on, an animation, working on the on a clip for the book or something. I don't know, working on another script, doing another drawing, watching more Star Trek. I've been watching so much Star Trek again. I realized Star Trek is my comfort food. Or at least it's become my comfort food. When I was younger, it used to be Evangelion, because I just wanted everything to just destroy. But now I'm just like, man, I want to, like, look to something that kind of gives me hope for the future. And Star Trek is what does that for me, not Star Wars. Star Wars sucks. It hurts me so much to say that Star Wars sucks, because Star Wars was, like, something that brought my family together. Like, Star Wars was so big to our family when we were younger, dude. It was so huge, dude. And like, the way that over the years it just became this corporate thing, and then more so than that, this beast that just seemed to just pollute the mind, not necessarily pollute the minds of people, but just get people to want to pollute the space, with their toxicity, dude. And it's just, you can't have anything, dude, because it's not fair that we have to, like, that we can't complain about the first 3 movies when they first came out, because when they first came out, everyone hated them. But now everyone loves them. So now we're gonna rehash all the first three movies and all the stuff and rehash everything because oh, that's right, everybody loved them. So let's just get to everybody again. And it's like, dude, it's just more of this, like more of the same. Just more of the same. And it's like, okay, yeah, well, I'll give it to you this at this point, but like I'm looking into the next like 10 years, and I'm like, man, are we gonna get just more of the same in the next 10 years? Like, when I look at this Heat team, are we gonna get more of the same? Right now, that's what we're getting. We're getting more of the same. We're getting like just this, whatever. We're not getting like the sense that there's a force within these guys and within this organization, within this group, that they will take the reins of reality and guide reality their way. I'm not saying that we're all gonna just follow their whatever the fuck these people want. What I am saying is that like in this portion of reality, this section, the section of reality that is the NBA, they very well can take the reins of that reality and run with it. But it's like, whatever. Doesn't feel like they've got a hold on things, They're just complacent at 7-7, right in the middle. Even keel kind of guy. Not even that everything works out. Just everything's the same. And it's like, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you just continue to do this to yourself? Why would you not realize that, like, just continuing to do the same thing is just, it doesn't help. And the only times that we advance, whether it be in sports or whether it be in entertainment, whether it be in politics, is when we take risks, man, and we change. And we're not even asking really to take huge risks, because we're not taking risks. We're just being sensible. We're being smart about things. And people, 75 million people don't want to be smart. 75 million people don't want to think. 75 million people want to reject intelligence and reality and want to live in a bubble. 75 million people want to stick their head in the dirt. They want to act like, there isn't violence, there isn't war, there isn't famine, there isn't all these things. They just want to be like, leave me alone. I just want to sit here and look at my stock portfolio go up and, pretend I'm going to make it. While the rest of the world burns. I don't know what to tell you. I just, I feel, that's how I feel about this team. It's like we're just going to watch them, like we're going to invest all this time. It's just going to not really lead to anything. I'm supposed to enjoy this. I'm supposed to enjoy the sport. I'm supposed to just like the sport and like watching the game of basketball. Watching the game of football. And just enjoy it. But I gave up on football. There's nothing I can do about that because, it's ask every Jet fan. They all gave up. And once you give up on your team, it's easy to watch, good teams play, but then you can't keep that going. You can't sustain that. After a while, it just becomes like, I really don't want to watch other teams win. I don't want to do that. So that's it. Today that, the Jets had their bye, and so I'm just like, I really don't need to watch them anymore. I didn't watch them last week. I didn't watch them this week. So why am I going to watch them next week? I'm not going to watch the Jets and tune in for the NFL. Like, why am I going to watch any other team? Because the game is great. The game's great. But, game's also kind of jerky lately. So, it sucks. Not knowing. Because that's what a lot of this is. It's just not knowing who this team is, not knowing where things will end up, not knowing how we can get this to be better. And man, I don't want to say not seeing a solution or not having any hope or anything like that, because once you become hopeless, it's like it. But I just, what else? What's the definition? Isn't this hopeless? This is hopeless right here. This feels hopeless. And it's just, yeah, you know, Jimmy had a game. Yeah, Bam hit some threes. Yeah, Tyler was, you know, terrible shooting, but you know he had a double double, so you can't go wrong with him. And you know, but Alec Burks was good. And, you know, Kevin Love had his moments. You know, Wakesh like had a moment too. You know, so it's like people were there. I don't remember Robinson doing anything, and I don't think we played Terry Rozier. I think Terry Rozier's hurt. I don't even know. Who cares? I just, you know, I know one thing is we won this game and Terry Rozier wasn't playing, so keep it going. Did you see Terry Rozier? I didn't remember seeing him. I don't think he was playing tonight. I don't know. Who cares? See what I mean? It's like a win against the Mavericks that wasn't playing with their best player. Who cares? I mean, this is why it's like it's just frustrating, man, because what is going to be the win that's going to make me feel like this team is decent? Because they're playing the Bucks next in the stupid NBA Cup, whatever, group stage, lo que sea, game, no sé. You know? They're playing them next, but the Bucks are like una mierda. The Bucks también are una mierda. You know, the Bucks are this is like this stupid too. I don't know. I don't understand this. I don't want this NBA Cup shit. Okay, just give me the goddamn NBA. Nobody gives a. Bucks are 8-9. They started out like terrible, like two and like something, and now they've been winning like crazy. So now we're basically facing the Bucks for the number 5 spot. That's what we gotta really look forward to. I mean, this team is number 6 in the league, like in the Eastern Conference. That's just ridiculous. It's a bad team. Oh, we're number 5? Wow. I don't know. I can't see us really doing anything unless hay un milagro de pinga, because I mean, come on, guys. You're talking it's going to be Cavs, Celtics, Magic, and Knicks. So it's going to be between the Knicks, Heat, and Bucks to fight for that spot of the team that loses to the Celtics eventually. Do you feel like any of these teams are a threat? Do you feel that the 11-7 Magic are a threat? Do you feel in the Western Conference that the 12-4 Thunder are like, oh my God, they're gonna just beat everybody? Do you really believe that the 12-6 Rockets, the Rockets, who are 12-6, it's their year? What is going on? What is going on? We're 14 games in, man. We should be, I don't know, we should feel a little bit more like maybe I'm sure it's just me. I know it's just me. Or is it? Because I feel like, yo, this can't be just me. It feels like, what is this? This is a really grossy, this is like, ugh, this year is icky. I mean, I don't like this year. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, no sir. It's not because of my favorite teams or another way. No, it's just, you know, doesn't feel right. This doesn't, and it's not that I. Maybe it is the Cavs being the number one team with only one loss. Maybe it is that, but I don't. They could beat us all 4 games that we play them, or however many times we play them, and I don't know what to tell you, man. I feel nothing. 9-7 Knicks and the 4. What are they gonna do? Nothing. Magic, nothing. At this point, just shut it down and then play the Celtics and Cavaliers, and yeah, let's go home. So we don't waste any money. You know what I mean? We're wasting a lot of money. A lot of money is being thrown out the window by everybody. We're throwing money away on the food for the games, on just watching the games, on the internet for the games, and the light for the games, on just breathing for the games. We're throwing a lot of money just to watch these games. And I understand that, like, hey, it's up and down every year. No one gets not everybody can have a super team. Whatever. I'm not asking for that. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for like, just, hey, can we tone down on the goddamn fucking greed? Like, just the absolute fucking ravenous greed that is happening. Can we just please, I beg of you, just tone it just a little bit. You don't need profit all the time. Like, you don't need 3,000, 3 million% profit. You don't need that. A lot of you people who just break even, you just be just fine. You're just fine breaking even. Making a little bit more. That's it. You're fine. Some of you who are making like billions, and I want more. Let's put a fee on this. Let's put a fee on that. Let's charge them for this. Let's charge them for that. Give us more money. Here, take this advertising. You need this. You need that. You need this. Look how we are now, bro. We gotta watch NBA, we gotta watch NHL, we gotta watch NFL, we gotta watch all the movies that come out every Friday, we gotta watch all the TV shows that come out every single day, we gotta read all the books that come out, we gotta read all the comics that come out, we gotta listen to all the music that comes out. And that's just things you just consume just to waste time. None of that is, I'm not even talking about any of the stuff that, like, you consume that actually elevates your, elevates you. Because there's no denying that there's things that we creating as creatives that are nothing more than just something you, like, eat, like, and then shit out. And it's fine. I'm not saying that that's bad. No, we need that. Everybody needs that. It's just sustenance. It's food. It's like, it's an appetizer. There's those little crunchy potato stick things that come with your, when you order Chinese food. But it's like, yo, are we going to be like this forever? Are we really going to be like this ravenous capitalistic society forever? Are we gonna, like, just always expect everybody just to give all their fucking money just to watch the fucking, like, 7-7 Heat? Are we, like, not gonna try and be like, let's try and make things more accessible and more affordable and a lot more fun for people, rather than just make it this, like, traditionally stagnant game that goes nowhere? It's just the same shit over and over. I mean, one of the simplest things that you could do is, like, just literally put lasers on the field in the NFL so that we get the first down right. Put a little, like, little security sticker that you put on a book or a magazine or whatever, so that when people try to steal the stuff and they go out of the department store, all the bells and whistles go off. Like, why don't you get that little sticker and put it on the inside of a football? And put the security things at the end of either end zone, so that when you cross it, it just, boom, it sets off the alarm. And okay, the ball crossed the plane. And then you use that with, the visual thing to just be sure. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, like like make me feel like this game is getting smarter and this game is getting funner. It just doesn't feel. It feels like everything's just getting kind of like stuffier. And it's like, look, I'm a traditional guy, but it gets to a point where it's like, I don't need everyone. I don't need that. This has to be traditionally always the same. We can't make things better. We gotta. Because now it seems like the microscopic kind of like nitpicking has created this monster in refereeing, across all sports, not just basketball. That like these, nobody knows what a catch is, nobody knows what a foul is. Like nobody knows what a strike is or a ball or whatever. Like it's just, you can't, everyone's just different. And then at the same time you have the whole thing with gambling just going off. So now more than ever, I'm like you saw the Alabama game yesterday, and yeah, that was a paid call. No doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that someone told that referee, hey, look, if Alabama starts to make a comeback with a big ass play, you throw the flag. Because that was one of the craziest catches I've ever seen somebody make, and to take it away like that, no. And everybody's saying, no, there wasn't anything wrong. No. That's it, dude. To me, and then nobody does anything. Nobody does nothing. We're just going to sit back and, let them do whatever the fuck they want. And I'm not here to say that, because I'm an Alabama fan or, oh my God, Alabama doesn't get calls. No. Alabama gets calls and stuff like that, and I hate Alabama and whatever, I get it. But I'm still going to stand up for Alabama if they get a bad call, bro. And that's what loving the sport is. That's what loving football is, loving basketball is. Like, it doesn't matter even if it, like, you'll still watch the game, you'll still watch the other team, you'll still watch the team that you hate. I'm a Jet fan, and I like watching the Dolphins. I shouldn't like watching I never used to like watching that, but now you know what? I've grown to love the game so much that I like watching the Dolphins. I like to see the Dolphins do good, because when the Jets are good and the Dolphins good, I personally believe the whole league is good. It could be it. The Jets have just done so bad that it just has me in this depression. But you know what? The Jets have been bad for so long that I've been depressed with the Jets for a long time. And I gave up on that shit a long time, to be honest with you. That's why I love the Heat, and I watch the Heat, and I started getting into the Heat more, because I'm like, I know what's going to happen with the Jets. And nothing. Nothing's going to happen with the Jets. The Heat, I feel like the Heat actually have a shot every single year. Right now, 7-7. Like my feelings right now all stem from the fact that like I just believe that they can just turn it on and beat the fucking shit out of everybody. And that's kind of what they should be doing right now. Just because like I don't want them to deal with this whole shit at the end of the year where they're scrambling for one win just to get into the goddamn tournament. No, why can't we already be like 4 or 5 games up from somebody so we get into no, we can beat a lot of we look at the games we've played. All these 7 losses are teams that we should have won. Should have won it. So I again, this empty win, this oh yeah, we're gonna cheer because you guys did good and stuff like that. You know what? Get that somewhere else. You have plenty of places that you can go and you can get the repetitive kind of like cheers and I guess the serotonin pump that you need, because I don't want to do that to myself anymore. I want to be clear. I want to be clear-minded. I want to be right about this team. And again, I want to hold these guys to a higher standard. We already went through 5 seasons of them being mediocre, of not sure who's this lineup, who do we start, who's the guy, blah, 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 blah. We already went through that, bro. We don't gotta go through that anymore this year, bro. This year we should be straight. We should be part of this 16-1, 14-3. Why aren't we 11-7 like the Magic? I guess we haven't played enough games or something, which is really weird, because how is it that the Magic are 11-7 played 18 games. How are we 4 games behind the Magic? How are we 4 games behind the Magic? How are we 2 games behind the Knicks? Like, what is going on? We're 7-7. You mean you're telling me we're gonna play like 2 back-to-backs, back-to-back, to catch up to everybody? Like, what? Who's making the schedule? Who did this? Why aren't we just all playing on the same night? You know, why can't we just do that? What is this thing that, like, you know, they play 17 games, and we've only played 14 games? That makes no sense. Makes no sense, dude. So, whatever, you know, like, regardless of that, we should not have 7 losses. We should have, like, maybe 3 losses. It should be like a 3 or 4 loss team. I'll give you 5. We should already have our 10 wins of the season. We should always be a 10-win team. That's what upsets me. You know, and I'm just, this is, I don't even think one single win against an opponent it's gonna make me all of a sudden flip on this team and be like, yeah, we've got a good team. No, yeah, we're good. I don't think so. I don't even think a win against the Celtics is gonna get me to be like that. Like, I just don't think I don't think so. I just don't, because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't smell right. It doesn't look right. Tonight's win just was weird. It was just weird. It looked weird. It was just a weird win, and it was like, I should be happy about this. I should be like, oh wow, you know, almost beat them. But yo, where was Luka? Oh, he wasn't playing. Oh well. And then you got to go to overtime. You can't just outright no. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. Like, you want to convince me you got to start winning games. And if you're going to do this, like, oh, we're only going to win by 1 or 2 points, fine. But just win the game. Like we got to win games. You know, give me the win against the Bucks. Give me a win against the Hornets. We should rip literally all these games. We should rip after Mavericks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight. Okay? Let us go back to our 7-game kind of thing that we do. Okay? Remember how I always tell you, this Heat team plays in 7 games. Like, forget the individual, like, oh, whether they win or they lose. No. We don't care about that. What we care about is we are in constant training for the 7-game series. This team is not a team that puts somebody away with 1 game. This is a team and an organization that plays to win the series. We don't give a fuck if you beat us tonight, because we're going to come back and we're going to win 2 on you. You know, that's kind of the shit on. That's how this team operates. You got to split the entire season up into 7-game bunches. So we did that first bunch, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which was the Magic through the Suns. Okay, that when the season started, they lost to the Magic. They were down 0-1. They won against the Hornets. They tied it up at 1-1. They won against the Pistons. They were 2-1. They lost to the Knicks. They were 2-2. They won against the Wizards. They were 3-2. They lost to the Kings. They were 3-3. So that means there was like if this was a series, they were 3-3 going to a Game 7 against the Suns. And what happened? We lost. We lost to the Suns. So in our first 7-game series, if this would have been a playoff series, the first 7 games, we would have lost. So, and at that point, we're not 4-3. We're really 0-1. We're 0-1. Okay? And now when we look to our next bunch of 7 games, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which was the Nuggets to the Mavericks to tonight's game. Tonight was the last of our 7-game stretch. So we lost to the Nuggets, which was 0-1. We won against the Timberwolves, with Milagro, which was 1-1. We lost to the Pistons, which is 2-1. We won against the Pacers. We were 2-2. We lost to the Pacers. We were down 3-2. We won against the 76ers. We tied it up at 3-3, and we won tonight against the Mavericks. So we won this series. So In reality, when breaking up into 7-game bunches, we are 1-1. And now we start a new 7-game, our new series, which is 1, 2, 4, 6, which is again, it ends against the Suns again. So we have Bucks, Hornets, Raptors, Celtics, Lakers, Suns. The end stretch of this 7-game series is this 7 games is gonna kick our fucking ass. This is where we find out what this team is made of. Okay? Which is so important that we gotta beat the Hornets, we gotta beat the Bucks, we gotta beat the Bucks, we gotta beat the Hornets, we gotta beat the Raptors twice. Which we'll split that game because we're just stupid like that. But we gotta beat the Hornets and we gotta beat the Bucks. We gotta go into the Celtics with a lot of positivity, man. Because you're talking about facing the Celtics, the Lakers, and the Suns to close out that 7 games. And then when we start the next 7 games after that, it starts off with the Cavs, the Thunder, the Magic, and then we get the Nets, the Magic again, the Hawks, and we ended with the Rockets. With the Rockets and the 29th being fucking 12 and whatever the fuck they are right now. We're going to find out who this team is now. Because everybody's fucking healthy. Butler is back. Waquez is back. Hero's playing good. Bam is playing. We're going to find out who this team is very soon. But you might find out who this team is right away if they come in and they fucking drop this game against the Bucks, they drop a game against the Hornets, and they drop a game against a game against the Raptors. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. The number 13, 4, and 12 team, you're going to drop a game against them, and you know they are. You know they are. So right now, I'm getting pissed off already. I'm just going to get mad right now. Fuck it. Get mad right now because you know they're going to drop one against the fucking goddamn Raptors. Probably when they have to go back up to Toronto. I want to be confident about this team, but I also want to be realistic. I'm not going to be this like, oh yeah, they're going to win. No. Again, I'm going to repeat it again. And I'm sorry that I keep repeating this. We already went through that. We don't need to go through that again. We need to be in the mindset that we're holding this team accountable. And this team, if they don't show us what we want to see, we got problems. This should be a really... I don't know, man, because they signed... I know they signed Spo, and they signed Bam, and they signed everybody. I get it. But not coming through this season should be a problem for everyone. This is not a season that we should just be content with, oh, if we make the Eastern Conference semifinals, or we just get into the playoffs, or we whatever. I don't even care about the stupid NBA Cup. Like, don't even bring me that shit. Like, I don't even give a fuck about that. This should be a year where the Heat are declaring to everybody that this is their year. This is a year that they are gonna put people on notice, and they have not done that. They just haven't done that, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the game where they just they put a whooping on these people. And it's not like some crap team, dude. Not even, man, because they just haven't done that with anybody. They haven't done that. So this team is like not even at the level of the Suns, man. I don't think they're gonna beat the Suns again. Do you think they're gonna beat the Lakers when LeBron comes down here in the fourth? I don't know, bro. I don't think so. You got him winning in Boston? Nope. So if they beat the Bucks, beat the Hornets, and beat the Raptors, go on a 3-game win streak, which is probably more than likely the case because that's what they fucking do. They're on a 4-game win streak. 7-7, 8, 9, 10, 7. And they lose to the Raptors. 10-8, 10-9 Celtics, 10-10 Lakers. Back under 500. 10-11 when we get to the Suns. And then we get to face the Cavs, the Thunder, and the Magic back to back to back. Well, not back to back to back, but They go from they go from playing the Cavs on the 8th, and the next game they play is on the fucking 20th. On the 20th. The next game after the 8th that the Heat play is on the 20th. And I'm assuming that like in between that is like the tournament thing. So I really don't understand, like, if you're playing 80 games, you mean to tell me that you gotta throw in how like 4 or 5 more games for this tournament shit? It's not an 80, it's like a 90 game season then. It's crazy. It's gonna take a lot for me to convince me this season, bro. It's gonna take so much, like just I do not want to even look at any of these crap wins. Like you got to bring me a Celtics win, a Lakers win, a Suns win, and a Cavs win, dude. And a Thunder. Like this whole section, when we face Celtics, Lakers, Suns, Cavs, Thunder, Magic, that's when that's gonna tell me everything. But I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna know beforehand. We'll know. We'll know this Friday. I mean this Tuesday. Excuse me, like that. We'll know who this team is. I apologize. I wish I was a little bit more, but I told you from the beginning this was a low energy kind of Cultura, and I just, it's tough. It's just after the whole thing that happened with Orange, Julius or whatever, that it really did bring down the attitude, and it brought down the air, and it brought down like just everywhere. Everybody is in a bad mood because everybody knows all hell's gonna break loose, and it's just like it's really strange. Half of the country would vote for that. You'd vote for it, and then like, because it's not. I'm not just speaking about like the liberals that voted for Kamala. I'm speaking also for like the Trump people who voted for him and now are like, oh my god, I didn't know. What the fuck? It's like, oh my god, it's so frustrating, dude. What is wrong with you people? Oh, Jesus. I don't know. Whatever. Don't freak out. Just freak out.